We'll go through all of today's Tesla stock news, and supposedly demand for Tesla in China has just collapsed because the previous week before this last week, we had well over 15,000 deliveries based on the insurance data, and now it is down to just 3,200. And so naturally, some people are saying that the demand is basically slowing down, and that the way we will justify this number is by saying that this is the best first week of a third quarter of 2023. But when I look at this chart, what I see is out of the last 5 quarters, this is the second best first week. So I think the result is pretty good. Naturally, Tesla focuses on exporting for the most part in the first week. So this is sort of mostly really expected. We'll see how things go in the next few weeks. Meet Kevin sold over 10% of his Tesla stock position in his ETF. He did it to buy Enphase, although he also sold Apple stock, and he sold quite a bit of Apple actually. It was at 13.5%, and now it is only at 10.5%, still a pretty large holding, which is now at number 3. Tesla, though, is still his number 1 position, and it was over 25%, so if you do manage a fund, yeah, I understand that you may want to sell Tesla stock if it goes over 25%, so I don't see much in here, especially because it is still Kevin's number 1 position. This is one of the most beautiful pieces of writing I've ever seen about Tesla. What is painfully obvious is that GM and Ford can't compete with Tesla, which has been singularly focused on manufacturing electric vehicles for more than 20 years and is overseen by a CEO, Elon Musk, whose technical competence exceeds the combined talents of GM CEO Mary Barra and the Ford CEO Jim Farley. I'm not sure if the intent was to elevate Elon Musk or just to make fun of GM and Ford. Either way, it was beautiful. We just found out, I reported on this yesterday, that Tesla, according to the Mexican governor of Nuevo Leon, pretty much finalized the design of its next generation mass market electric vehicle. And perhaps there is a little bit more to that rumor. I'm not sure if there is a source for this or not. Maybe this person right here is just saying this as his own opinion. I'm not sure. But he says Tesla may have set the Model 2 release price between $22,000 and $25,000. Tesla's Mexican Superfactory plans to produce 2 million Model 2s a year for the US market. Now, that part, the second part, we already knew about that from some of the rumors from earlier. But if we can indeed sell that vehicle for $22,000, it would probably result in that car being sold out for a long time. And this is quite something. For the first time ever, BYD surpassed Volkswagen in passenger car sales in China in the first 5 months of this year. This could be really the beginning of something really big, something that we have been aware of for quite a while, but now we are actually seeing it. Seems to me that Volkswagen may want to try a little bit harder. Perhaps firing a CEO that was super pro electrification might have been a bad idea. Recently, Toyota seriously committed to selling electric vehicles, and now they are actually following through on their promise. That is, Toyota will focus on selling hydrogen-powered trucks, which are technically electric vehicles and cars in Europe and China as part of a push to sell 200,000 of these vehicles by 2030, executives said on Tuesday. It is absolutely true that the competition is coming to charge the Tesla superchargers, but Toyota says no, we will build our own hydrogen stations, which are much more expensive to build than electric chargers, by the way. On the other hand, Mercedes just revealed that they sold 56,000 EVs in Q2, 123% up year over year, which is an impressive number, really. Fully electric vehicles now account for 11% of their overall sales year to date. I actually just tried this Mercedes EQS 580, and I actually liked quite a bit how it drove, although I was not a fan of how the whole vehicle looks like, the shape of it, especially from the side. The inside was alright, I guess. I didn't quite like the software, but it looks nice inside, although some of the things that you touch feel cheap despite looking really good. With Teslas, I generally find the opposite to be true. Maybe it does not look as expensive, but it feels solid. When you touch the things, it generally does not feel super cheap, with a few exceptions, but things do not rattle when you touch them. Things feel solidly in place. And the price of a car I drove is a very ridiculous $126,000. That's without a lot of options. But I do have to say, I really like that car suspension. For a comfortable family car, that was absolutely perfect. I wish Tesla had something like that. But everything else, I like Tesla a lot more. And that is why Tesla delivers roughly 10 times more EVs in a quarter than Mercedes. You know, in the past, Mercedes at least used to make really good looking cars, but I think the insane focus on the aerodynamics is taking away one of the biggest advantages that this brand offers. And just to finish the comparison between Tesla and Mercedes, if you go with a Tesla, you pay more than $25,000 less. You get about 50 miles more in terms of range. You get a car that is also faster. The main difference is the suspension. The suspension on the Model X is fairly stiff. I did like the suspension a lot more on the Mercedes, but if you do like a more sporty suspension, then you will definitely like Tesla a lot better. Continuing with Tesla stock news, we have 88 Tesla superchargers being installed in Arizona. This is going to be a massive location. Cruise announced on Friday that it surpassed 3 million driverless miles, 2 times faster than its previous million. The road to autonomy continues, with Tesla being able to do that about every 13 hours. While for Cruise, that takes about 1.5 months. It appears that things are going well for Tesla in Lathrop in its Megapack factory. Tesla has just removed its sprung structure, in other words, a tent. Tesla is expanding. This time it is expanding in the UK. A new job posting shows Tesla is preparing to expand its energy operations abroad as it seeks to become a retail electricity provider in the UK. We have news about another investigation into Elon Musk. This time, Tesla board members investigated whether company resources were misused in a secret project to build a glass house for Elon Musk. Elon responded to that with a laughing emoji. This is something to watch this week. The Prime Minister of Malaysia will meet Elon Musk, so it will be interesting to see what comes out of that. Officially, Tesla will be entering Malaysia on July 20th, so in just about 1 week. I've been to Kuala Lumpur. It's a beautiful city. And this is a pretty interesting news story about Tesla. Tesla will pay you to drive its cars this summer. The vehicle operator role is responsible for capturing high-quality data that will contribute to the improvement of our vehicle's performance. I assume this is mostly about full self-driving. There's more and more exclusive content on Twitter, and this time it is a new exclusive interview that has been posted by Tucker. Elon actually just retweeted this. This interview was posted, I think, just 3 hours ago or so, and it already got 2.1 million views. We have more new footage of the Cybertruck. This one is quite interesting with all these things all over the Cybertruck. It actually, to me, in a weird way, sort of makes it more interesting. Maybe it makes it look more like a real war truck. Jim, we have another V4 Tesla supercharger being installed. This one is the third in the world, and specifically this one is in France. Nasdaq 100 plans a special rebalance to curb dominance of the Magnificent 7, which includes Tesla, by the way. So if Tesla stock does go down right after that rebalancing, don't get surprised. That would be sort of expected. The changes will be announced on Friday this week, and it will take place. The special rebalance will take place before the market open on Monday, July 24. So some downward pressure on Tesla stock that day would be expected. And YouTube wants you to watch this video next, but if you haven't finished watching this Elon Musk interview, watch this one first. My name is Matt Posius. Like and subscribe if you haven't yet, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you so much for watching.